goes Crafton.
And
we've got a crash. Gray around. The same for Sanchez.
Stuart Friesen in it.
Ty Dillon in the 25.
Dillon into the outside wall and hard contact with that Moffitt. Raja.
6 laps in, and we have our first caution of the night.
As you see Matt Mills right there, he barely avoided that. He had dropped to the back, and he barely avoided that.
Lots of damage to Moffitt's truck.
How big is this, though, for Matt Mills? You stay out of the mess, and you can come down, maybe make some repairs, and all these other drivers now having trouble, and one of them we saw there in the shot, the 9 of Grant Enfinger.
It looked like early on, you talked, Phil, Crafton was wanting to go to the outside. It looked like he thought about going to the outside and then turned down, and I think maybe could have possibly caused some contact there. Lawless Allen, right front flat.
Thad Moffitt done for the night.
That's so, we talk about Daytona and how special it is and how much you look forward to it, how anxious you are, and then just 6 laps in, have it all come to an end. We know how much Ty Dillon was looking forward to this race and this year to go out and win a championship in a truck. His night's over.
There's a 27 truck of Keith McGee with a lot of damage.
Jake Garcia, first real opportunity to compete in the draft. He's got heavy damage. Now Ty Dillon.
This is what Matt Crafton was talking about, as you see Eckes in the blue Napa truck right behind Crafton. Just turned him a little bit sideways. Lane Riggs, look at that job he's doing.
Yeah, then he got into the 15. Crafton got into the 15 of Tanner Gray. There's Ty Dillon getting into the outside wall of red and white. I mean, white and blue truck, excuse me.
You see, Crafton was about a half truck length up high on the back of Tanner Gray.
Tough break for Stuart Friesen there, the 52 Halmar truck.
Wow. Look at that dirt.
This would be a great shot of it here.
Right there.
He hit Lane Riggs hard. Watch Lane Riggs, that yellow truck, avoid the 15 of Tanner Gray.
Just slipped right through there, didn't he? Great job.
Looks like, is that Taylor Gray, maybe Corey Heim avoiding Ty Dillon.
And did you see all the dirt that Grant Enfinger kicked up in the infield? Hopefully he can get that truck repaired.
Raja, the 71, also getting some damage.
Remember our buddy Ben Rhodes going to the back of the pack? He was making some ground. Let's ride with him and see what it looked like from his viewpoint.
Trying to get back. It's a push, and he's going to push him sideways.
There goes Eckes around. Right into Parsons. Johnny Sauter gets a piece. And other drivers scattering to miss the accident. Caution number 9.
Man. What a mess. Eckes, Sauter, Parsons, right there battling for the lead.
Eckes has flat tires. Dean Thompson already on pit road. Johnny Sauter's hood askew.
I don't know who's going to win this thing, but we continue to eliminate some really, really good contenders.
Yes, and it's really tough to watch. Is this a push gone awry, or did Christian just get loose? Looked like maybe Taylor Gray came up a bit, huh, Phil?
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe that caused Christian to turn to the right a bit, and then it went around. Let's see what Danny Dye sees.
Sanchez will try to work both. Oh, trouble.
And there's a crash. Caution is out. The race is over. Trucks up in the air. Nick Sanchez leading when the caution flag came out.
Is that?
Good job, boys.
He is going to bring it.
That was crazy. Like, I mean, I've never avoided so many wrecks in my life. I can't believe I have a clean truck. But I'm not going to complain about it. It's truck racing. It happens. But super proud of Truck on Garage and Toyota Racing. Got a little bit of work to do for Talladega with the speed of this thing. But I thought the best strategy for me was to lay low and hopefully be there at the end. And we were. And looks like we came up one short.
That is scary looking.
It's just amazing.
But like you said, that's about as soft as you can turn one over.
That's exactly right. And it didn't just keep tumbling either, like we've seen happen so many times. I don't know if Raja just lost the front end of his number 71 Chevy or what went down there, but he definitely went up the track and made contact. Look at that mess. Phil, did you see Stefan sliding through there anywhere?
He did get through there, yes.
Watch this, just out of nowhere. Smoke, smoke. Truck. Now,
watch it hit the roof. Man, oh man. That's on the list of things you don't want to see out your windshield.
There goes those
There's the hot dog going by.
Ballpark Frank squeezing through.
Amanda?
Raja, there was many ways that I was going to go in this conversation with you, but I saw you hand the phone back that you were just on, and the name said Rick Hendrick. What did that conversation go?
Yeah, it's all because of him, you know, being in this spot. So I'm really thankful for Mr. H and the Hendrick Automotive Group, along with...
Two cars slam together, and Harrison Burton takes a wild ride through the grass and up into more traffic, gets tagged, turned around, and 5 cars are in it. Ryan Preece.
I think he missed that inside wall. Harrison Burton, big damage on the 21 car.
And Carson Hocevar, the rookie, gets taken out into that very, very wet grass in the ball field.
Well,
the Wood brothers trying for their 100th ever NASCAR win, and Harrison Burton gets tagged and sent.
Well, this is exactly what you don't want to see happen. Something early in this race where everybody's trying to race hard, and we just talked about those guys going to that third lane, and it puts those guys in the middle lane in a bad spot with the handling of their cars that they hadn't really been in. Let's see what happened, Clint.
Watch the 21, Harrison Burton.
Okay, you see Harrison Burton in the middle of that 3-wide conversation we're talking about, and we were also talking about John Hunter Nemechek kind of being iffy on his move.
Now the 42, John Hunter Nemechek on the outside of Burton. The green and white car, and Brad Keselowski and he make contact.
Keselowski got to his rear bumper, just took a little bit of a love tap, turned him sideways, kind of looked to me like he was on the left corner of that bumper, turned him right down into Harrison Burton.
Well, and it's just what we were talking about, Clint, with everybody trying to feel out exactly what their cars were doing, and those guys in the middle didn't have anything to do with the handling. So, you know, you see Brad into the back. Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, Clint. The 42 car of John Hunter Nemechek just got up a little higher. Brad was probably trying to stay square and being pushed by the guy behind him, and they just got a little bit offset.
Keselowski gets turned by William Byron. Blaney gets caught up. Gilliland, Truex, Hamlin, and more.
All those Fords were struggling to get around Chastain. Who could get around and get that clean air track position first? That's what happened.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. I mean, it's a parking lot down there. Cars parked everywhere.
Blaney out. Big damage on him.
Toe link broke on the back. That one's done.
Keselowski all wadded up. Gilliland, the black and red car, right with him. Anthony Alfredo there.
Reddick, massive damage on him.
Thursday night winner Tyler Reddick. Martin Truex. Eric Jones comes to pit road. So does Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin made it back to the pits. So did Chris Buescher.
Well, it just
a lot of damage.
It just always gets to this point as you get to the end of the race. The pushes get harder. Everybody's just throwing caution to the wind to say the heck with it. I'm going to the front. Martin Truex tore it. He's tore it bad right there.
Well, Chastain, I mean, I'd say he was a lone wolf up there. He was throwing blocks left and right, and they were making moves.
It was Alex Bowman with a push into William Byron that did not go well.
But it was the movement in front of them started stacking those guys up.
Yeah, when they get to blocking and moving out of line, those bump drafts just become misaligned, and all that energy going forward, they can't stop it, and they wind up running into the back of each other, misaligned, and they wreck, just like they did right there.
Chase Briscoe, the Mahindra Tractors cam, as he said stopped. Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney.
There is correct. That's where it ended.
Here's some audio from William Byron.
Yeah, I think we just got crossed up there, like the 6 and the 1 were changing lanes a bunch, and I was getting pushed.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we just mentioned. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, and you're going to see William Byron right here. Oh, we got
actually all 3 of those.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good.
All 3 of those.
I'm glad you hit that.
And you see Alex Bowman up the racetrack, and then they start zigging and zagging here. And
well, obviously William Byron and Bowman, that's where it ended up. But the movement from the 6 and the 22, jockeying for position, trying to outduel one another to that position of passing Chastain, that's what stacked all those guys up and got them in trouble. Those guys were going for it. Chastain was holding them up. You saw the 6 go to the bottom. You saw the 22 go to the outside. The race was on, and unfortunately those guys behind him.
This gives you a much better view right there. You see the 24 car just being pushed, and sometimes you're not aligned, and you're not lifting, and that car gets to moving around, and you hope it works out, and it just didn't work out right here.
We saw this same scenario playing out at the duels the other night when Blaney got in a wreck. You really can't pin it on anybody. It's hard racing, everybody going for it, but when those cars move in front of them, it slows the energy down.
Let's ride with Alex Bowman. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank, and away they go. That is Cindric into Chastain and up into traffic.
Did they complete that lap?
Did the leader get the white flag? Caution waving.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
I don't know if he got it out in time.
I believe they saw the white flag.
I think it's William Byron.
I think so too.
It was a block by him, caused Chastain to move down.
Ross Chastain gets away and will come around to see the final flag of the night. We are under caution with the accident happening just past the start-finish line. Austin Cindric going for a wild ride here, as did Ross Chastain.
You see the light on, you see Bowman ahead of Byron right there, but you need to back it up and see this again.
And we'll await a ruling from NASCAR.
Regardless, if it's going to be those 2, you see the checkered flag out. It's a Hendrick Motorsports win. The question is, who won it for him?
And the Daytona 500.
Race winner will be the 24. We'll need the 24 to start finish line.
Goes to victory lane.
At Joe Gibbs Racing on board here. This is the Toyota onboard Shelton Creed.
There we go.
And we have our first caution of the night. It's going to be Sam Mayer in the 1.
Well, there's another car involved.
That is not good.
Kyle Weatherman, the 91.
Trying to figure out how those other 2 cars got caught up in that.
It looked like the white car. Is that
Haley Deegan?
Is that Haley?
I thought it was the 15.
Yes, it is. She might have been part of the start of that. I think her hood was bent up when
she arrived, yeah.
Yeah, when we saw Sam the first time.
Oh, Daniel
Suarez as well. 8 laps to go, first stage, and we have our first caution, and it's taken out some really, really good race cars.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to watching Haley battle and Sam, Daniel as well. Those, like you said, Adam, just good race cars. See what if we can tell what happens here.
This is the Wendy's on board.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Looked like a big stack up, really.
Yeah, and Daniel got out of the gas, and whoever was right behind Daniel didn't see the stack up or didn't get the word. And there's Haley running into the back of the Wendy's car.
I think about Sam Mayer, and I rewinded this race a year ago, and he was in the hunt, had a chance to win it on the final lap, and if you remember, coming off turn 2, got upside down. Scary crash for him, and tonight eliminated
that was a pretty hard
early.
hit right there.
Boy, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, you don't like to see those angles.
Perkins, the blue car, inside lane, driving that 29 full-time. There goes Jesse Love.
I was worried about that.
Third caution of the night. Nemechek involved. Allmendinger, Austin Hill.
Did not like the situation he was in, and now it got Austin Hill caught up in it. I don't know if he's got any damage or
I
not.
don't think any damage for Austin Hill.
Yeah, the 20 turned hard left. He got into.
Doesn't look like anybody hit anything very hard. Bounced off each other and slid through the grass.
But if you were to make a list pre-race of contenders for the win, a whole bunch of them caught up right there.
Well, the move to the middle was too risky.
Yeah, this is not good. Yeah,
it was too risky this early. He made it look smooth, but when he got there, he got stuck. Have to see if he got a little contact or why it went around, but putting your car in the middle's a tough place to be. Let's see if we can see if there's contact or what exactly happens. See the third car back in the center. The 2, there's pushing going on.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit of contact from behind.
And it went wrong right there. Was that John Hunter? That
looked like John Hunter, yeah. Just a little bit too much of a push. They're trying to make that center lane surge, and they almost have to be touching each other, bump drafting so they can make that happen. And cars are not quite stable enough for that.
Look at that simultaneous slide for the 20 and 21, and Austin did a really good job of righting the ship and hanging on to it. He's got damage, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
Signal here, he might be able to get out of the way.
This is going to be really tough to pull off. Just watch.
Here's your push. Still bottom of 3 to the lead.
His teammate slapped the wall, and there goes Sage Karam. Another crash at Daytona. Justin Allgaier hopping through the grass.
What a mess is right, Andy.
2 of our top guys that'll be running for the championship involved in that.
Was that Austin Hill? There's Daniel Dye.
Had such a good night going.
Great run all night long. Karam went hard in the outside wall.
Yeah, he looks like he might be done.
Caution number 9.
See a lot of damage to the front of Custer's car. His splitter looks like it's gone. That's not going to be good for him.
Damage for the 44 Brennan Poole.
Yeah, the 7's not too bad. They can probably patch this one up.
This works out big for Riley Herbst because he was going to have to do a pass-through penalty. If we stay green, he's done. Now, you get the caution. He starts at the rear on the next restart with a bunch of good drivers eliminated. Don't write him off just yet.
And like Michael said, it was going to be difficult for him to get out of that pack on the pit road and make that stop for the penalty. So he got lucky.
Looks like Daniel Dye stuck in the mud over there on the back. Didn't look like a ton of damage to that 10 car, as you see the serious issues with the 00.
Have to figure out some way to get some air to the engine too.
And look at our scoring pylon. I mean, Herbst is shown up there. He'll have to serve the penalty, but Jordan Anderson, part-time, right? He's the boss.
Sage Karam right there. We see the highlight on him. He's up there in that outside lane. Getting a big run. That's just too hard. You can't hit somebody from behind that hard. I know you need to be pushing and shoving to try to get some momentum, but that was just no way to kind of survive that.
Yeah. There are a lot of guys that did a great job sliding through there.
Jesse Love.
There's Daniel die spinning in the 10 car. Wayne Perkins.
Uh-oh.
There goes Ryan Sieg.
18, just watch 18.
That might do it.
Caution would end it.
No yellow. No yellow.
No yellow yet. Austin Hill out in front of Sheldon Creed.
Nobody's going to be able to get there yet. Here's 5 back 18, no yellow.
What an advantage on the final lap at Daytona. Sheldon Creed going to do it again. The Georgia drivers got the hat trick at the World Center of Racing. Austin Hill gets it done.